Hey there, Connect. I've got a story for you today, and I have to say, it's a pearler. So I was sitting in my room the other night talking to my wife about some of the irritations that I've had in my own life in the last couple of weeks, namely exercise. So I've set myself a goal to be able to run 5 kilometres in 30 minutes. And about a week ago, I achieved the 5 kilometres, but since then, I haven't been able to get past 2. And I was just speaking on that irritation, and it was really getting to me. About 5 minutes after I'd finished talking to my wife, God said, "Get your shoes on, go for a run." I said, "Okay." So I got my shoes on, got outside, started jogging along, and I'm listening to my worship playlist. And God said to me, "You're not going to stop until you hear Graves into Gardens." Okay. So the playlist is only 12 songs. Surely it'll be somewhere in the middle because it's all on shuffle. Needless to say, got through all 12 songs. It was the last one. An hour and 20 minutes later, and 11 kilometres. I finished that run with really sore legs, you could imagine, but I felt full of energy. I felt highly encouraged because God had turned an irritation into something that I could be proud of and that I could be encouraged by. And that leads me to something else that God's been speaking into my life in the last couple of days. And he's been telling me your irritations are just like the irritation that that an oyster receives, And that irritation that an oyster receives, it secretes a liquid that coats that irritation and turns it into a valuable pearl. Friends, your irritation is a pearl. Some are quicker, some are longer, but I want you to know that irritation is going to create something valuable that you can pass on to somebody else. And I really want to encourage you today that even if that irritation doesn't add value to your life, it can add value to others. You can be an encouragement to other people with this irritation that's turned into a pearl. People around you might be suffering something that you've already gone through, and you can speak some wisdom into that. You can encourage them through it by walking them through the process that you use to overcome the irritation. And I really want to encourage you today that you look at those irritations and how you overcame them and how they hold value in our lives. And I want to share with you a few scriptures that would really reinforce this. From 2 Corinthians chapter 12, verses 9 to 10, it says, "But he said to me, 'My grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in weakness. Therefore, I will boast all the more gladly about my weaknesses, so that Christ's power may rest on me. That is why, for Christ's sake, I delight in weaknesses, in insults, in hardships, in persecutions, in difficulties. For when I am weak, then I am strong.'" Friends, Jesus is really going to help us through our irritations. He's going to help us to overcome those troubles, those hardships, those persecutions, and really add value to what we have. So, I want you to, from Jeremiah 29, verse 11, it says, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future." There is a future after this. There is a future after the irritation, and it holds a higher value. God has a plan. This is part of his plan for you. So, pray continually, 1 Thessalonians 5:17. "Ask and it will be given to you," Matthew 7:7. And Jesus said, "I have told you these things so that in me you may have peace. In this world you will have trouble, but take heart, I have overcome the world." Friends, in our heart, we have someone who has overcome the world, and he is not going to let us fail. So I want you to feel encouraged by that. I pray that you're encouraged by that, and I hope you have a blessed day. See you later, Connect.